graphing horizontal and vertical lines. Let's go ahead and first recall a linear equation in standard form. A linear equation in standard form is written as ax plus by equals c. Now we've already learned how to graph a linear equation where a and b are both not equal to 0. And we did that by finding intercepts. Well, in this lecture, we're going to talk about, well, how do you graph a linear equation when the a is equal to 0 or the b is equal to 0? So let's look at the first special case where a is equal to 0. Remember, here is a standard form of a linear equation. Now I'm going to give an example where the a portion is equal to 0. So perhaps 2y is equal to 6. We can't find both an x and y intercept in this case. So we have to have another way to graph this equation. Well, what we want to do here is just solve for y. And solving for y is fairly easy. We just divide by 2. So my linear equation reduces to y equals 3. Now, what does that mean in relationship to a graph? Well, the x can be any value. There's no x's to plug in. The x's can be any value. The y is always 3. That's the important part. So let's plot some ordered pairs here. Let's come up with some ordered pairs that will satisfy this equation. Well, the x can be any value, maybe 1. The y value has to be 3. Another ordered pair, maybe x is -5. Well, the y must be 3. Another ordered pair, maybe 2. X can be 2, but the y has to be 3. Let's plot these. The point 1, 3 is there. The point -5, 3 is somewhere over here. The point 2, 3 is here. In fact, I can get any ordered pair I want as long as the y-coordinate is equal to 3. Now notice what happens. I can see the pattern here is simply a horizontal line, 3 units up. This is the equation, 2y equal to 6, or I'll just go ahead and simplify it as y equals 3. Let's do another example. Y equal to -5. I want to graph this linear equation. Now I look at this and I see the y value must always equal -5. The x value is insignificant. It doesn't matter. I can see that this is the same exact form of as the previous example, which was a horizontal line. This time, this must be a horizontal line in which the y component, or the y value, is always -5. So there is the sketch of the graph y equals -5. If I wanted to graph the equation y equals -4, well, that would be the horizontal line -4 units. The graph of y equals 7 would be the graph up 7 units. So whenever you see y equals some constant, that is simply a horizontal graph. Again, the standard form of a linear equation is ax plus by equals c. Special case 2 is when the b is equal to 0. For example, 2x is equal to 10. just like the previous example, when we had y's on one side equals to a constant, we want to solve for the variable. So we'll solve for x. Now, this linear equation reduced to x equals 5. So let's find some ordered pairs that satisfy this equation. Now notice there's no y component in my equation, so the y is insignificant. It doesn't matter what y coordinate I pick. The x coordinate must always equal 5. So let's come up with some ordered pairs such that the x is always 5 and the y doesn't matter. So I'll just randomly start picking some. How about the x coordinate of 5 and a y coordinate of 1? That ordered pair certainly satisfies this equation. X coordinate of 5, y of minus 2. X coordinate is 5, y is 3. Now again, it doesn't matter what I pick as long as the x coordinate is always 5. So here's just a few ordered pairs. And let's try to plot these. Let's plot the point 5, 1 over 5 up 1 is that point. 5, negative 2 over 5 down 2. Now it only takes 2 points to plot a line, so I can see that it's going to be a vertical line, but I'll plot the remainder of these. The ordered pair 5, 3, that's over 5 up 3. That's this point. And the point 5, 4 is over 5 up 4. Now you see if we connect all these with a straight line, we get a vertical line. The equation of that vertical line was x equals 5. Certainly, we could have written it as 2x equals 10. So let's do another one. X equals negative 2. Well, we can quickly see that the x value must always be negative 2. The y value doesn't matter, so this is a vertical line that goes through the point negative 2. How about y equals 3? Well, is this a vertical or a horizontal? Well, we might want to think about it again, but I know that the y coordinate must always be 3. The x coordinates don't matter, which gives me a horizontal line. So let's recap. An equation that can be written as in the form of y equals b is a horizontal line through the point 0, b. Whenever we see y equals, it's going to be a horizontal line through the point 0 and b. So maybe this is b here. An equation that can be written as x equals some constant is a vertical line. D comma 0. Maybe this is D comma 0. And it must be a vertical line. So whenever you see y equals, it has to be a horizontal line. When you see x equals, it must be a vertical line.